the one for 2019. Because they say it was a few months after and they never wanted to disclose the reason. Because remember when they brought this issue of the statement, there was no death certificate. And the defense had to push for that issue or that death certificate. What if they discovered that, no, hey, hold on, this it's a problem for us because the dates are going to contradict the issue of the statement. Hence, they decided not to push the issue of Makalele.
The 2019 statement, you might find is adjusted to suit their case. Not that Makelele wrote the statement. I mean, it means, according to this death certificate, it had to happen between 1 January and at least 22 January. If it's not that date, then
it's a few months back, a few months behind. So it shouldn't be 2019. But his statement was around 2019 when it was first read, if I'm not mistaken, when they spoke about that statement. I think they said 2019.
Yeah, but now we have a problem because Makalele died on the 23rd of January 2019. So any statement post is a date of death is a problem. Any statement commissioned after, how do you make a statement when you are dead? So either they have fabricated the death certificate that they forwarded to the court.
Hi, sure. Hi, Tabang. Hi, Andiswa.
They fabricated.
Guys, please like the live.
20. Can't see clearly if it's 26 or 20. Yeah, I think it's 26/01/2019. That's the stamp of the Home Affairs, I think. Yeah, stamp of Home Affairs in box back.
The stamp is 20. The stamp is what?
You're saying? The stamp.
Yeah.
The Home Affairs stamp is 26/01/2019.
So the stamp comes after.
Yeah. He died on the 23rd of January 2019. The stamp says 26 January 2019.
Because the death certificate will come later anyway.
Yeah, and this would make sense. I see, okay, 21, 1995. Yeah, that's what I see on.
So he should have died from the one. So he would have given a statement 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right up to 2022. Any of those days.
Yeah, the statement has to be before then.
It has to be.
Yeah, but it's not 2014. It should be there. If he made a statement in 2014. But even with Steam Camp, we should have said something other than just going straight into the kids. Steam Camp would have interviewed him to get a clear picture of the people that he saw in terms of.
Anyway, so hi guys, how are you guys doing? I hope everyone is doing well this afternoon. What a great Monday and what a great way to start with the defense case, because I will call this starting the defense case. I know that we are still busy with a section 174 application for accused number 4, and also to put it out there and make it clear, if you do not understand, only Nxumalo's client, which is accused number 4, that is applying for section 174. The rest of them are not applying for that. They are going straight for the case. Okay, they are doing what Mshololo said he will do. They are going straight for the case. I remember there was a time Omnisi said that actually I'm gonna do the case, I'm gonna do the 174, and then I suppose he did check his things out and went to his clients, and then now it was like decided, you know what, let's go straight for the state case and not waste time. You know what, guys, for me, if you see or if you were listening to Nxumalo did not just touch base, he touched on everything that needed to be touched on, dealt with the confessions, and Durata was doing a dialogue with him, and then dealt with Gininda's so-called investigation, which did not exist, dealt with Zungu's evidence, which did not help the state case, dealt with Zandile's evidence, dealt with Tumelo's evidence. Like, he was thoroughly, if you ask me. I think I'm gonna go and check just a few of the things that he said as we go along. We've got about 30 minutes to do this. I'm gonna go through some of the things that he mentioned. But what I can tell you is that Unqumalo did not play. Unqumalo was so ready. Unqumalo was so ready for Judge Rata in all angles of being ready, because Unqumalo understands. I said this earlier on, that Unqumalo has taken the 2 years that he was working with Judge Rata to study him and understand him. He understood him very well, ukuthi what kind of a person he is. And after all of that, after understanding who he is, now he gets to know he anticipates the things that he's gonna come through. And whenever Judge Rata was coming through, Nxumalo was very much well prepared for him. He was very much well prepared for everything Urata that was doing or saying there in that courtroom. He was answering questions. He was polite, like always. He's always polite. But I love how I respect him also for that. I love how Nxumalo is cool, calm, collected, and on point. And whatever Judge Rata tried, his tactics of disrupting and being disruptive and stuff, no, that guy was here. Nxumalo was on point. Nxumalo was like, nah, I'm not about whatever you are trying to do. What we are doing here is what I am doing here. I will not be moved or whatsoever. So I loved how he stood on his business. Some of the things that he says is this: there are no bank records that show that accused number 4 received proceeds from the mastermind. And also, there is no independent evidence that accused 4 was part of the conspiracy to kill the deceased or participate in a robbery, except what is contained in the confession statements of accused number 2. The state has failed to establish a prima facie case, and accused 4 must be acquitted. There is no evidence tendered by the state to convict accused number 4. He must be discharged and acquitted. And then he also says, Gininda admitted that he arrested accused number 4 based on the confession of accused 2, but there was no evidence. Uyabona lapho, I was like, Nxumalo knows what he is doing here, and Nxumalo is very much prepared to deal with this judge. Very much prepared to deal with everything that this judge is gonna bring his way, because his client, he fought very well for his client, if you ask me. He fought very, very much for his client, if you ask me. And the other thing that I liked that he did there was to make sure that whatever Urata is trying to do a dialogue with, he's very much prepared. Sorry, let me drink water. He's very much prepared. And the other thing that I respect Nxumalo for is dealing with Gininda's evidence. And actually, at some point, it's just that I won't find those things all together now. But there was a time where he said Gininda did no investigation, and I was like, damn it, Nxumalo. Damn you, Nxumalo. Because Mugai was just like, I'm not here to play with you, Gininda. He touched on Constable Zungu, which already his evidence, Constable Zungu, was very much questionable in all angles of being questionable. He could, Constable Zungu himself could not even place accused number 4 on the crime scene. That alone. And then there is something that he said, I mentioned earlier on. He said Zungu had an axe to grind with the accused, which I believe is true, because why was Zungu doing all of this? Uti, the bulk of evidence of Zungu refers to hearsay evidence. He refers to people who were never called to court to corroborate his evidence. Everything nje uNxumalo was like uneasy, and we are not going to deal with this. And then he says the state failed to call witnesses to corroborate or clarify facts to the case. Like uNxumalo, I more than anything, his demeanor, guys. I don't care about Judge Rata. What we already know how Judge Rata is, but what we ought to deal with is how the defense has grown throughout the entire case. Is how the defense has grown throughout the entire case. I love the other one when he said there are no witnesses that place accused number 4 at the scene. The assertion by Brigadier Gininda that accused 4 entered the house should be rejected, as no other witnesses mentioned this, meaning the people inside the house. No one said there is someone else that came in when the other 2 left, because it never made sense that they are happening and then someone is gonna go in while the so-called co-accused or friends that he is allegedly coming with are going out. Do you understand? And then he says, Brigadier Ginda says, because accused number 4 DNA is read in one of the regions, means it's positive, of the head, that does not find expression in Masetla's evidence. Yabona, when he dealt with this, that was me saying, you know what, he just educated the judge, Gininda, and whoever else is dumb about the entire situation or is intentionally being dumb when it comes to that one. He educated people when it comes to that, and I was so happy. I was so pleased when he went through all of that, telling all regions must be read, not just 2. All regions must be read. When he went through that, I was like, if Judge Rata does not get it this time, there's nothing that we can do for him. Like, honestly, there is absolutely nothing that we can do for Judge Rata at this point. I was so happy. And then Malo's quotations, guys, he was busy quoting the people that are higher than Urata's courtroom. He was there, constitutional court sana. When he was quoting cases, I was like, hi Malo, uluile manje wena. Guys, ebengadlali. He was not playing Uzulele, guys. He was not there to play, guys. He was not there to play. As a result, I can't wait to hear our friend Linda Mnisi, when he's commenting about Nxumalo today. I do not want to lie. Guys, I want to hear what is he going to say, because I love when he spoke about the evidence of the identity and argued that it needs to be direct or circumstantial, and in this case there are no witnesses that placed Mapisa at the crime scene. Witnesses that testified in court also did not place him at the crime scene. So I loved what he was doing there. Like ebebanjwe so umuntu ngawo ba the lies that were told in that courtroom. The lies that were called in that courtroom. Listen. And then I loved when he also says that when he highlighted that the trial commenced with witnesses who painted a picture of a robbery gone wrong. However, Brigadier Gininda as evidence points to a hit and the trigger point being Kelly Kumar. I was like, yes, sir, please go home. I was like, sir, please go home. Do you mind? Go to Kanje, go rest. And then when he was finishing up, and lastly, short in short, what I'm saying in short, I was like, it's been 3 hours, sir. You started right after 10 o'clock, something to 11. Right now it's after 2, and you are saying, as in all I'm saying in short, so it's been 3 hours. What you mean? I was like, hayibo Nxumalo, kanti in short wakho yini wena manje? Yini manje? Hayibo, hayi ke sana, as if you know Judge Rata will always be dramatic. You know, when we were going on a break, was it the tea break? I think it was the tea break. Judge Rata started being dramatic and asking about what about the confessions? What about what? And then we were like, what does he mean? What? Aibo. We thought he was doing things then. I can tell me why when he, Judge Rata, Unumalo was done, and then Judge Rata was asking about, now he's talking to Malo and he's asking about his statement, and then I love the drama that unfolded there. And then I felt like Judge Rata just did a checkmate on himself, because Judge Rata now is being choked by his submissions, and he's like, you know what? Akuhambi kahle, because what Numalo is doing here, he rubbished everything when it comes to the state case regarding his client, and Judge Rata has no leg to stand on when it comes to everything that was said by Numalo, because Numalo dealt with it, rubbished everything, threw it out. It was a chewing gum. He was like, mwah, mwah, mwah. You know when a person is eating a chewing gum, disrespectful, mwah, mwah, and all of you are going to hear that someone is busy chewing. That's what Umalo was doing, Sana. He was chewing like a pig, chewing food there. He was chewing the state case piglet style, and threw it away. And then Judge Rata was like, oh my God, what the hell just happened? He was having chest tonton, but kept his composure, but he was having chest tontons because he has no choice but to discharge Umapisa. Hence, in my view, when he was asking about the evidence of the statement of Umakeleni, when he found out now that it was not Gininda who took the statement, and if it was Gininda, unless there are two statements, because Umakeleni did meet up with Ustienkamp, and then Ustienkamp took things from him about the second. Umakelen is the one that described the second intruder, if you remember, when it comes to Stienkamp's evidence, statement. Makeleni is the one that gave evidence for the second intruder. Everyone inside the house could not describe the second intruder. You guys remember that evidence, right? And on top of that, Now that is the case, and then if there is a statement in like Kobo 2019 when Gininda was involved, something is very dodgy about that. I don't think that statement will be the same with the one of 2014. It won't be. It won't be the same. The statement of Steenkamp and the statement of Makeleni of 2014, it will never be the same with the statement Makeleni did in 2019 just before he died, because there's an article, Go IOL, I think, it says that it was done in 2019. It says that Makeleni died on the 22nd or 23rd of January 2019, and his death certificate says under investigation. Oh, it alleges, that article, I'm gonna look for it. It alleges that he was allegedly poisoned. Well, if there is a statement after the 23rd, of January 2019, then or in January 2019, something is very off there. Because tell me why, when Judge Rata was asking about this, Ubaloy could not jump up and say, actually, the only thing Ubaloy could say, no, it was Gininda that, and safe. He was not in a good, like, there was something offish there that was happening. And then Ubaloy did not outright be like, no, it was Gininda, because Judge Rata thought that statement was Gininda's. He thought that it was Gininda who wrote the statement. So I loved what happened there. It dealt with everything that needs to be dealt with, and I'm hoping tomorrow they will go back there and then make us understand what was that all about. Because tell me, why is the judge looking for that one, saying that someone saw people don't. It's irrelevant now. How is it relevant to accused number 4? Let me drink, sorry, it's tap water. How is that relevant? It was never handed up, see, and that's the other thing. It's Gininda who kept on referring to Makeleni. It's him. It was never handed up. So, Mbusi, say that again. And then, maybe also, but wait, what if Mbusi Umakeleni yena, he was called, and then he was talking about the people that he saw, and that time the people that he saw, it was Senzo, Tumelo and Mtoko, because they at some point they were standing outside smoking. What if Makeleni was referring to those people? Do you understand? Senzo was tall, Danzi was tall, same height. And then also, those are the people that he could be referring to. I don't know. Like, there's a lot of things that are happening there. There is a lot of things. But I had so many questions when Baloyi was Matsidi. I was so confused. Why is he not jumping at the opportunity to say, no, my lord? And he has this tendency of not fixing things that are being said by my lord, which are not right. And I'm waiting to hear from my lord. What is his angle? Where is he going? Where is he going with this? Because what the hell is he doing? What the hell is he trying? But bottom line, whatever that I was preaching and saying here, catch this. Judge Rata has no choice but to discharge accused number 4 on the case. And at the same time, when he discharges accused number 4, it will collapse the state case because they are busy saying that he was there, and accused number 3 says I was with him. So if accused number 4 is being discharged, then that means automatically there is no case against accused number 4 because accused number 4 was with accused number 3. Yes. If they are discharging accused number 4, that means they need to discharge the 3, 4, and 5 for that matter because they were together at the time of the commission of the crime. Do you understand? So, yeah. Injalo nje into yakhona. Guys, can you please like the live? 172 people, only 51 likes. I know sometimes we forget, but please, let's like the live. Let me quickly read your comments. Then I'm going to check some other things for you quickly. Hi, Andiswa. Hi, Tabang. Mpati, KM, Lultu, Ditaba, Stolepi, Fione, Lucia, Jabu. Ugqibile uNxumalo uyaqhuba ngomso. Nxumalo is done. Baloyi is gonna start tomorrow responding. Hi Ronnie, Andiswa, do you think 174 will be granted to accused for Nxumalo though was leaving no stones unturned? I don't know. This is Judge Rat. It sounds as if he does not want to. The way he was dialoguing with Nxumalo and the way he ended with asking about Makeleni, for me, it sounds like he does not want to grant because it's going to complicate the entire case. That's my opinion. And it's just that now he's looking for loopholes because legally, the law says he has to discharge him. Hi, Matsidi. Hi, Theodora. Hi, Babesy. Hi, Matsidi. Noktula. Hi, good afternoon, Noningi. Zwe kancane eligama keleni ithini into. Okay, I guess uyigethile nenoku. Buto, hi. Owami, hi. John, hello. Nessie, hi. Andiswa, I was excited about reading transcript on DNA. Yes. Patience, hi. Mhlengi, hi. Monde, hi. Langelihle Nxumalo today made us happy. He was the star of the day. Very articulated. He really is a black mamba. Abasepitol odade abamfakise isandla bo aziphola azophola enhloko. Stefina, hi Noni. I was shocked to hear that Judge Rata wants to incriminate accused number. Did you hear him? That was very dodgy, what was happening. Hi, Boyki. Hi, Kerswell. Hi, Toby. Hi, Sibanda. Hi, Sianda. Nxumalo was indeed brilliant. Hi, Notando. Sianda Steenkamp didn't come to testify as well. And then those are the things that makes us ask so many questions because what do you mean that a person that was asked to draw is not being called? Njani kaloku? Because we need to hear from her. Babetini abasendlini. What did the people inside the house were saying about the descriptions? Why would Baloyi not call those relevant people like that? Abo Steenkamp, Kelly Kumalo, her mother, Longwe. People that were inside the house and the person that was asked to draw. Those things, Jay. Tieto class, Mr. Rata was trying in that court. Advocate Nxumalo, hi Olgish, Matid, will the defense call Steenkamp? I hope so. Belinda, but we can't take Makeleni's statement. He's deceased. He's not there to answer or give evidence. Belinda, that's what the judge is trying to do. He's trying to make sure that we do take it, number one. Number two, because he quoted cases outside of Africa, if you ask me, talking about what happened, piku, and what was what. Did you hear him? He's trying to take it. But now it looks like he did a checkmate on himself because he thought it was Gininda that took the statement. But it looks like it was somebody else, and that somebody else was never called to come and testify. So that means waste of time. It needs to be taken out of everything that is being done there. Do you understand? Who's this KG Switch? Yeah, we're in South Africa. What you want? See, and was Michaelen's statement handed up? Nope. Mbusi bayoze badle oshefo Michaelen ukhuluma izinto ebangazidingi. Baloyi wasn't sure. Yes, Matsidi. See, and exactly. So the court doesn't have a full view of Michaelen's said besides Gininda mentioning it. Yep. Now Michaelen is dead to explain all this wishy-wishy. He can't talk behind the grave. Upolina, hi mama, amanga, ababambile, kunzima. Umlondolozi, he has shown that he's not discharging accused for. He is one of the mafia in this. Matsiti, so Rata will not grant the section 17. We know how he is. He already shown us, in my view, that it's not happening. Guys, the people that have not liked, 69 likes, 155 people here, please come on. Lucia, hi Mpendulo, Rata is enjoying to be in that chair. He won't dismiss accused number 4 or wants to continue with the case. We already know, yes, that's the sad part for him. Like, we are not expecting any. He will surprise us if he discharges him, even though he has to because of the law. But if he discharges him, we will all be surprised as people that are for justice, proper justice. Hi, Lindiswa, Matsidi. Thank you so much, Matsidi, for the super thanks. Enkosika Kulu. Sibanda, hi. How are you, Fiona? I am looking forward to hear on what grounds the judge is going to deny the 17. Me too. And it's not going to be something long. I swear it will be something very short. You listen to his comments to hear how confused he is. Listen to his commentary. Liseko, hi. Ngasana, Zungu statement has a lot of loopholes, so now he wants the story of Michael, and it's not sticking either. That one too. Langelihle, uyambona umsholo lo must call Steenkamp Butele's investigator, Hlophe and Babu Zungu, nje. They must call Zungu Senior. Yes, they will. That one I'm sure they will do. They will do that one, guys, without a doubt. So, yeah. That's like, it was just a beautiful Monday, guys. I don't know if anyone has anything else, but for me, it was just a beautiful Monday.